Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am your teacher Maryam Umar with week 8 grade 6 geography assignment of online sport program. We are doing chapter number 2 natural spheres of earth. This week's topics are clouds and precipitation. After this week's topics, this chapter is going to be finished. Please note down that most of the work in geography OSP is reading and comprehension. There is no requirement of submission of assignments. Maintain a small notepad or booklet to prepare glossary and keep record of research work. Objectives of the lesson are: students will be able to describe the types of moisture present in the atmosphere, differentiate between different types of clouds, define precipitation, explain different levels of precipitation. Activity number 1. Read the topic How is moisture present in the atmosphere? Clouds, page 33 to 34. Precipitation on page number 34. Read these topics carefully and read these topics again and again. Activity number 2. While reading, you are going to read the pictures with titles carefully as well. Highlight the important points on book. Map study, textbook page number 35 will be done. Study the pictures with titles carefully. Highlight important points on book. Please note down, prepare a bank of words you find difficult and new in the topics you may maintain a small notepad or booklet for new vocabulary. Textbook pages 33 to 35. Activity number 3. Research work. You are going to surf on the internet and explore and learn more about convectional rain, relief rain, and frontal rain. These 3 topics you are going to search about and write these down in a notepad for your own information. Maintain a booklet having information and pictures about it to share with your teachers and friends. You can also share these pictures and information in the class WhatsApp group. Activity number 4. Map study and general work from the textbook. Map study. Use Oxford School Atlas wherever required. General work from the textbook. Graphic organizers, interesting facts, map reading, diagrams. Picture study and at a glance throughout the chapter will be utilized wherever required. There is also a flow chart given at the end of the book. Please look at it carefully for the recap. Okay, our first topic is basically the main topic for this week is types of moisture present in the air. Clouds. We are going to discuss clouds. What are clouds? Do you want to know about the clouds, and do you think that why these clouds are so different? There are different types of clouds, and some clouds they come and it rains immediately, and there are other clouds which remain on the sky too high or too low but they do not rain. So are you interested in knowing about the clouds? So let's see, what are clouds? Dictionary meaning: a visible mass of condensed watery vapor floating in the atmosphere, typically high above the general level of the ground. I hope you all have seen the clouds, but basically, what are clouds? Clouds are a mass of water vapors, condensed watery vapors that is visible about a certain amount. Geography meaning of clouds is: clouds are made up of a very light water droplets or ice crystals. These particles can float in the air. When warm air rises, swells and cools, it forms clouds. Up in the sky, as we go up in the atmosphere or in the sky, it becomes cool. So when these water vapors reach a certain level in the sky, they rise over there and they swell and they cool. It forms clouds and they become visible. Clouds form when the invisible water vapor in the air condenses. Condenses means contract. They become so tight with each other into visible water droplets or ice crystals. At times these are also ice crystals when it snows. Formation of the clouds. I hope you all know how the clouds are formed, from where this water vapor come. You must have studied the water cycle and the cloud formation before, but let's read it again. When warm air rises, it expands and cools. Cool air can't hold as much water vapor as warm air, so some of the vapor condenses into tiny pieces of dust that are floating in the air and forms a tiny droplet around each dust particle. When billions of these droplets come together, they become a visible cloud. So, according to the water cycle, all the moisture from the rivers, oceans, from the trees, grass, land, from the mountainous areas, this all gathers up and become a steam due to the heat of the sun. It rises up in the sky, it combines with small dust particles, and it goes up, rises with the wind, and it becomes cloud because it becomes condensed and visible. Over here we can see the sun heats up the ground, warmer air rises up, air cools and condenses with height forming clouds because it is cool up in the sky, and dew point, it reaches the dew point. Cumulonimbus clouds are formed, water droplets accumulate and fall as rain due to gravity. As we know, how does this steam becomes, and the heat, the sun and the water vapor changes into steam, so when it is cooled down it changes back into a water droplet. And cumulonimbus clouds are formed in the sky, water droplets accumulate means गैदर होना, इकट्ठे होना, एंड फॉल एज रेन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी, और ग्रेविटी की वजह से बारिश के तौर पे नीचे दोबारा ज़मीन पे आ जाता है. ओके, लेट्स सी व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ क्लाउड्स. There are so many types of clouds. Some common types of clouds in the troposphere are cirrocumulus, cirrus, cumulonimbus, altocumulus, altostratus, stratocumulus, stratus cumulus. There are so many different types of clouds, but all clouds do not rain. And let's see what are the four main types of clouds are. We are going to do cumulus, cirrus, nimbus and stratus. Okay, here are again some height of the clouds is given. The most up in the sky are cirrostratus, cirrus, cirronimbus. In the middle, the clouds are nimbostratus, altostratus, altocumulus, and low in the sky are stratus, stratocumulus, cumulus, cumulonimbus. Can you think that which clouds are the most rainy clouds? Okay, keep on thinking and let's see what you get to know about it. First of all, we are going to discuss nimbus clouds. Have you seen these kinds of clouds? These are very beautiful and pretty clouds. A nimbus cloud is a cloud that produces precipitation. That means it is a rainy cloud. Usually the precipitation reaches the ground as rain, hail, snow or sleet. Falling precipitation may evaporate as verdure. Since nimbus clouds are dense with water, they appear darker than other clouds. Nimbus clouds are often called rainy clouds and they often give rain, but not every time. If they are blown away with the wind, they do not give rain. Stratus clouds. Have you seen these kind of clouds up in the sky? They are also called dark clouds. When you say कि काले बादल आ गए आसमान पे, so it is most probably to get to rain. So do you want to know about these clouds? What are these called? These are called stratus clouds. Stratus clouds look like a huge thick blanket covering the sky. These clouds are a sure sign of rain. If it is warm and snow, if it is cold. And if it is warm, it rains, and if it is cold, it for surely snows. If stratus clouds are near the ground, they form fog, and if they are very near to the ground, they form fog. See? These clouds form when the weather has been cold and warmer moist air blows in. So there is mostly very warm moist air blowing with it. It becomes cool already because the sun is already covered with these clouds. All the heat is covered. So these are the for sure sign of the rain. Cirrus clouds. A cirrus cloud is a high, very white, thin cloud that is made of ice crystals and is the fastest moving of all kinds of clouds. It does create precipitation, which is water that falls from a cloud as rain or snow, but the water doesn't make it to the ground because it evaporates or changes back into a gas. In the previous picture, we have seen these counts of these cirrus clouds. They are the most high up in the sky. Let's see that picture again over here. As you can see, these cirrus clouds are most up high in the picture, and so these often give rain, but as soon as it reaches the ground, it almost evaporates. The rain evaporates or changes back into a gas. So now you know about the cirrus clouds. Is it interesting? Let's learn about the cumulus clouds. Cumulus clouds are puffy clouds that sometimes look like pieces of floating cotton. The base of each cloud is often flat and maybe only 1,000 meters, that is 3,300 feet above the ground. The top of the cloud has rounded towers. These clouds are mostly the clouds which we make when we make, or the kids make, a picture of the sky with the clouds and the sun shining out of the clouds. So now you know about the cumulus clouds. Is it interesting? Okay, these are the first types: cirrus, altocumulus or cumulus. There are different further stratocumulus. These are the further different types of these clouds. Cumulonimbus. Okay, now we are going to learn about the topic precipitation. What is precipitation? Precipitation is the amount of water in the air. Let's see. Precipitation is the release of water from the sky. It can be liquid or solid, for example, rain, sleet, hail, and snow. Rain begins when small droplets of water join in the clouds until they become too heavy and gravity pulls them down to earth. Flash floods are also caused after short bursts of intense rain. So, precipitation is the amount of water, liquid or solid, any kind of that comes from the sky due to the amount of moisture in the air. Precipitation, any liquid or solid particle that forms from a cloud. In the tropics, liquid water drops are found in clouds because tropics are a little warm. Liquid water drops grow when they collide or hit. They grow large enough to fall to the ground when they get together. See in this picture, large cloud droplet, small cloud droplet, and they are colliding with each other. They are mixing with gathering with each other, and they becoming with on big drop of water. Finally, the earth gravity pulls it towards the earth, and it becomes a rain. बादलों के अंदर छोटे छोटे से जो मॉइस्चर के पार्टिकल होते हैं वो आपस में मिल के बड़े पार्टिकल्स बनाते हैं और फिर ज़मीन की ग्रेविटी से उनको खींच लेती है अपनी तरफ एंड फाइनली इट बिकम्स अ रेन इट बिकम्स दैट मच हैवी कि वो ज़मीन पे आके गिरे सो दैट इज़ हाउ रेन इज़ फॉर्म्ड. This process is called collision coalescence. In high latitudes, water drops and ice are formed in clouds. ऊंची जगहों पे और या फिर near the poles, the water droplets become ice because of the cool area or cool wind or very cold area. Ice quickly evaporates the liquid drops. This water vapor is then changed directly to solid ice. The process of deposition sublimation takes place. A snowflake is born. So, due to the cold wind or maybe the area, this moisture, this becomes snowflake. Types of precipitation. There are many different types of precipitation. rain, snow, hail, and sleet, for example, yet they all have a few things in common. They all come from the clouds, they all forms of water and that fall from the sky. Precipitation is of different kinds, but they all come from the clouds. So this is something common about it. Precipitation. So over here you can see in the picture rain, snow, sleet, and hail that falls to the earth's surface. Rain, snow, sleet, hail. Such a pretty picture, isn't it? Okay, types of precipitation again: rain, falling drops of liquid water; snow falls when the temperature in a cloud is below freezing, like after zero, below freezing point. Sleet, rain that freezes at its fall, and it is a rain which freezes at its fall, it is before the snow. Hail, this is also of kind of um, precipitation, forms when drops of rain freeze and strong wind carries them higher into a cloud. And drops of they freeze to, like, they are very hard. Snow is soft, sleet is soft, rain is soft, but hail is very हार्ड ओले आपने देखे होंगे. Okay, now our next topic is fog. What is fog actually? Have you seen fog somewhere? In winter season, we often see fog in big cities, and due to fog, there is often the motorways closed and other situation hazards take place. Okay, fog. Fog is a visible aerosol consisting of tiny water droplets or ice crystals suspended in the air at or near the Earth's surface. Fog can be considered a type of low-lying cloud, usually resembling stratus, and is heavily influenced by nearby bodies of water, topography, and wind conditions. Basically, the water droplets they combine with the dust particles near the Earth's surface, and then they become visible. And when that is called fog, when it combines with the water particles and become visible near the earth's surface. But if it the water droplets combine with the smoke, it is called smog, and that is also not good for our health, the smog, because it is combination of smoke and fog. Okay, our today's topics are complete. Hope you have understood the topics. There are one or two challenges for you. You are going to guess the names of clouds in these four pictures, and you can answer in the world class WhatsApp group in the class time by telling about the one picture name of the clouds and second and all that. Second challenge is you are going to label the clouds in these pictures, and there is a little explanation given at the end of the picture too, and you are also going to answer these in the class WhatsApp group in the school time. Okay, so today we have learned about the clouds and precipitation and its different types and levels. For your digital literacy, you can go to these YouTube videos. These will also be shared in your class WhatsApp group for more help. Okay, so I hope you have understood today's topic, this week's assignment, and please take care of yourself. Don't stress, do your best, forget the rest. Stay at home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.